How do you think the Jake Paul-Anthony Joshua fight plays out?
I don't know. I want to make sure. I believe it once I see him in the ring.
If Paul starts his boxing career earlier, could Jake Paul have been a champion?
There's a possibility.
Euch wissen zu lassen, dass ich bereit für einen Rückkampf bin. Sobald es mir besser geht, wenn mein zweiter Kiefer bricht, ist das in Ordnung. Vorerst kein Weihnachtsmatch-Hühnchen. Anthony Joshuas Kiefer auch.
Mike Tyson, the baddest man on the planet, is finally breaking his silence, sending shockwaves through the boxing world. After Anthony Joshua's brutal knockout of the problem child in Miami, Tyson's reaction didn't just raise eyebrows. It flipped everything we thought we knew about his loyalty. Rumors had swirled that he was playing a double game behind the scenes, but now the truth is out, revealing that his intentions were never what they seemed.
I remember coming back from the first round, and then the next day I remember Jacob doing some kind of, I don't know, what was he doing at the ring?
Oh, yeah, a little bow at the end. He bowed.
And that's the last thing I remember. You know, but the day after the fight, right after the day after, I woke up, I told my wife, why did I do that? You know, I don't know. I just don't know what the hell goes on.
The energy inside the Casa Center was electric as anticipation and dread surrounded the YouTuber turned boxer. In the moments before the first bell, on December 19th, Mike Tyson, mentoring Anthony Joshua, delivered a chilling message rooted in his 1980s mindset, not to box smart or play it safe, but to attack relentlessly. That kill or be killed mentality seemed to awaken a ruthless version of Joshua the boxing world hadn't seen in years.
Now, there's two things I would have done. Tried to shut Jake down at 100 miles an hour, or I would have gone on the back foot. So Jake decided to move around the ring, and I decided to put the pressure on. What I could have done better is a lot of things. 100%. In the fight game, you've seen the amazing fighters that have graced us over the last 100 years, and the expectations that we put on ourselves are immense, but I tried my best. Jake done well while it lasted, but if you remember what I said in the interview with Cameron, is fighting's not just physical, it's psychological. And when you understand the psychological warfare, I did say to you is that, Jake, what's gonna happen? I'm gonna see a time when I'm gonna take your soul and you're either gonna give up or you're gonna get knocked out. And unless you have that instinct, you just will never be a good fighter. So I wish that I could have knocked him out at the start, but as we saw tonight, Jake has spirit. He has some heart. He tried his best, and I take my hat off to him because, number one, a lot of fighters haven't got in the ring with me, and Jake did. And secondly, even when he got knocked down, he kept on trying to get up, and I take my hat off to him. So America, I think you have someone who could potentially, if he still has the heart for it, come back again, dust the dirt off his shoulder and come again and maybe sell out this center sometime in 2026. Maybe against a Gervonta Davis, a Ryan Garcia, who knows?
Just minutes before Jake Paul walked to the ring a walk, many now believe he never should have taken the locker room doors swung open and in walked Mike Tyson. This wasn't a coaching visit for Joshua, but a face-to-face with the man he was supposed to be against. Instead of malice, Tyson spoke to Jake about greatness, reminding him that only those who dare to take risks achieve it, and that those who never take their shot stay small. In that moment, Tyson became more than a mentor. He became a witness to Jake Paul's potential sacrifice.
Obviously, you know,
He's beautiful. My family loves Jake Paul.
Could you fuck him up?
Oh, I'm so fucking easy. I would never. I mean, it's my whole fucking family. Everybody loves this little white motherfucker. When you see a white boy with balls, you know, fuck. I'm talking about from real, but like.
The bell finally rang. The weight difference was clear. Joshua stepped in 30 pounds heavier, looking like a mountain. Compared to Jake Paul, for 5 rounds, Paul fought a retreating battle, unable to find the openings that had worked against older legends and MMA fighters. Tyson's brutal strategy had transformed Joshua into a relentless hunter. By the 5th round, Paul hit the canvas twice, and the Miami crowd fell silent. Realizing this wasn't an exhibition, was a demolition.
What'd you think of the fight?
Oh, God. I think the gig is up. I'm just tired of Jake Paul as a boxer. I think he's done a fantastic job. He dressed up like Hulk Hogan. I just don't know how many more times Netflix is going to go to bat for him. But I think they will one more time because, the axiom is basically if you draw money, you're going to be getting chance after chance until you're not drawing money. And then you'll still get a couple more chances after that because he did draw money. And that's kind of where he's at right now. He's going to draw with Tyson. He's going to draw on this one. And so he's going to get a couple of more chances, with Netflix. And they'll pay that, good for him. They'll pay that money. But, man, these are, this was just a bad fight. And made boxing look bad. Made boxing look bad in many ways. Especially it just was a circus and the guy, going for takedowns and the ref's not doing anything. I thought the ref was terrible. Thought Joshua, was not good. Hurt himself. And then he even admitted it. And Jake was just out there not trying to win a boxing match. He was trying to survive and get the moral victory so he can go out there and be, I lasted 6 rounds with Anthony Joshua. And he survived 6 rounds with him.
He survived all right.
But
he never quit. Like somebody I know.
Climax came in the 6th round with shocking ferocity. Anthony Joshua landed a right. Hand so devastating it didn't just end the fight, to send Jake Paul to the hospital with a suspected broken jaw. Chaos erupted as medical teams rushed in, while Tyson watched with stoic approval. Post-fight, he praised Paul's toughness, but quickly shifted his focus to the future, saying words that have sent the entire boxing world into a frenzy.
Answer a very easy question to ask off the top, and I'll ask you the same one that I asked AJ. What did you make of that fight? What are your impressions of that fight?
I mean, I thought it was much better than I thought it would be. I mean, I know that people are going to say, well, Jake was running and Jake was hold, but listen, I mean, at the end of the day, Jake had one job, and that was to try and survive. I mean, he was never, ever going to win the fight, ever. And if you would have said to me, do I think he'll go 6 rounds? I would have said absolutely not. I mean, I felt that it would take AJ a couple of rounds to get hold of him because I knew Jake can move a bit and he'd be moving off the back foot and he'd be holding. But it was the way that he did it, I think, was actually quite impressive. Like, not that particular part, but the way that he would, the way that he was strong in the clinch. He wouldn't let AJ get his shots off in the clinch. He made him miss a few times. And obviously, AJ's been out of the ring for a while. But to be honest, I think the most fascinating thing of the whole night in terms of the fight was how he didn't get flatlined by that right hand. I mean, I said going into the fight, it's probably going to take AJ a few rounds to get hold of him. And I also said, as soon as he lands clean, the fight's over, right? He landed a few before, but the first that he landed really clean was the final shot. But, he never flatlined Jake. I mean, he did break his jaw in 2 places, which is a disaster. But there are a lot of heavyweights that would have been out cold from that right hand. I mean, one of them was Francis Ngannou. A pretty similar shot, really. Do you know what I mean? So I actually give Jake unbelievable credit for doing it in the first place, but his performance as well. I mean, I stand by the fact that I think he's just a decent cruiserweight, but he did go in with Anthony Joshua, and look, the world is full of criticism and opinions and negativity. Who else is doing what he's doing at what is he, late 20s? I mean, quite phenomenal. I mean, the guy's a complete madman. I'm watching him come out to that ring walk, and he's just an incredible entertainer. And I'm sort of standing in the ring going, is he for real? And he did all right. I mean, I know people will talk about the holding, but his job was to survive, and he survived for...
You might think a broken jaw would end the rivalry, but Iron Mike is built differently. In his first post-match comments, Tyson revealed he's open to a rematch with Jake Paul in 2026.
And the amount of people saying this is rigged was crazy. They showed this clip of Mike Tyson going to swing at me with a left hook, and he like stopped doing it, but saw I had my right hand up. So he would have like swung like this. I catch it and shoot. He's leaning forward like I could have knocked him out. So that's why he stopped throwing it. And it's like they play this one clip and it has literally 50 million views on TikTok, but the average person doesn't
Keep in mind, Tyson is approaching 60 and has a major exhibition with Floyd Mayweather coming up, yet he says training with Joshua has taught him how to prepare better than ever. Reflecting on his first fight with Jake, he admitted he overtrained in the gym. But seeing Joshua execute his plan perfectly has convinced Tyson he can return and finish what he started, a move both legendary and dangerously ambitious, leaving fans questioning if the cycle of influencer boxing will ever truly end.